Howdy, funky friends. Welcome back to the channel. This is Amy, aka Funky Mama 0703, and we are doing, well, a little bit in the chaotic kitchen here. We are going to make something that is from the Star Wars menu. All right, let me grab the book here. This is from the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge cookbook. I'm going to read what the back says just because it's kind of, this whole book is kind of fun. All right, join intergalactic gourmet Strono cookie tugs for a mouth-watering journey into the cuisine of Black Spire Outpost and beyond. From the swamps of Dagobah to the forests of Endor and the deserts of Jakku, Chef Extraordinaire Strono Cookie Tugs has traveled countless light years to compile the galaxy's most delicious recipes into this unique volume. With Cookie as your guide, journey to the streets of Black Spire Outpost and discover the delectable delicacies such as braised shock roast, nerve kebabs, Mustafaran lava buns, Huttese slime pods, spicy Mandalorian stew, and much more. Featuring 70 recipes in this book, including sides, sauces, soups, breads, main courses, desserts, and drinks. This comprehensive cookbook is a hyperspace route to the tastiest treats in the galaxy, bringing a little taste of Black Spire Outpost right into your own home. So what I did for this particular video, we are doing Devarian souffle. This is weird stuff. So let me read what they write about that, and because this is a very interesting recipe, and I'm hoping I don't blow my house up. That's what it says. I'm just going by what's in the book. It's in the book. All right, it says most cooks worry about their souffles falling, but the Devanarians added a whole new level of danger to this classic baked dish. Back in my early days at Maz's Castle, I held a cooking competition to fill a kitchen position left vacant following the untimely demise of my sous chef, Rob's L.A. One of the contestants, a Devorian prep cook named Sama McCoy, whipped up this tangy souffle, but it was that same whipping that knocked her right out of the contest. See, if the batter for this delicate delight ain't stirred at just the right speed, the whole thing explodes in your face. Let's just say old Sama went out with a bang. Hope you fare better. So do I. So, because we're using a cookbook, which I don't usually use cookbooks, I usually use my phone, we will be working, step by step, basically, like we always do. Nothing too big, nothing too wild, but it'll require a little work on our part to get through this recipe. It looks fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. So let's get moving. One of the first things that, it tells us to do, and you're only going to see the bottom part because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing down here, or bottom part of my face is what I'm talking about. One of the first things it has us do is preheat our oven, which I'm going to do once we get things going a little better because I'm discussing it takes me a little bit longer. So we're going to be doing, what we're doing is we're going to be lightly buttering 4 ramekins, which I've got these cute little red ones, and then we're going to sugar them. So I will walk you through this. We're going to lightly butter, and I'm going to put a couple squirts in each one of these. Now I'm using, I can't believe it's not butter, simply because I like the flavor of that. You can use whatever you want to butter it. So I'm squirting into each one, and I'm going to get this out of the way. And then I'm going to use my funky hands and just spread this butter all around it. Gets good adhesion, moves it around, and it adds a little extra flavor as well. Not the fingers, because it's been washed. Not on screen, but it's been washed, so don't worry. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to try poisoning anybody. I'm trying not to blow up my house according to the tales. All right, so we run these around. Make sure you get all the surfaces covered with the butter. All right. And then we lightly sugar. So I've got my Splenda here. I'm trying to keep the recipe or the menu or the calories down as much as possible as well. The cool thing with this is we're just going to lightly sugar it. So I'm going to put a tablespoon into one, and then you just kind of tap it around. And the sugar is supposed to help get the batter to release. So it looks like it may take about a tablespoon each, but I'm just going to keep filling this up as I go. Just kind of smear it around and then get it on the sides. The sugar on the sides will also give the sides just a little bit more flavoring. Ordinarily you would use flour. You can do that if you prefer. Woo, sugar on the floor. If you don't want the sugar, I would assume sugar is kind of important, so we keep the sugar going in there. All right, so I've got 2 done. And for me, I have found that doing it this route covers it better without losing too much of the sugar. All right, 3. And I'm going to just a little bit more here. Again, smear it around. All right, we've got 4 of those taken care of. Now these are a little more, we are separating the 4 eggs that are in the recipe. These are a little more involved than what I'm used to doing with eggs, so this is interesting. Or used to doing with souffle, because my other souffle, the one I do in the air fryer, does not require separating the egg. There we are. But I didn't get any shells in, so that's a plus. So you separate your eggs. All right, let me just get my hands clean here. You separate the eggs, put them into 2 separate bowls. And we're supposed to take the yolks and move them aside. Those will be saved for a later part of this recipe. Then take a medium bowl, put your egg whites in there. Salt, pinch of salt. All right, and a pinch of salt, that's pepper, salt. Now some people pinch higher a bit more. I just put in a little bit. There we are, 2 pinch. I put a pinch and a half about, so I like to splurge a little bit, put a little bit extra salt. So I'm going to bring out my immersion blender. Puppy worked so well the last time. And we're going to whip these guys into shape. All right, so when we're at this point, because we've got some soft points, some soft peaks, we start adding our sugar. All right. and we'll beat it some more. Then once we get this to a goodly point, which I think we're at, okay, we set this guy aside. And we beat together our egg yolks. So we've got these four egg yolks, some it's 2 ounces of cream cheese softened. In theory, it's softened. All right, let me get this in here. All right, let's get this broken down just a little bit. And yes, my immersion blender would work better for this, but it seems to be overheating, so. We've got, I don't have goat cheese, so I'm using feta cheese, and this is 5 ounces. I'm going to use the full 5 ounces. It actually only says boil, but I like to go above and beyond when it comes to stuff like this, simply because I don't know what I'm going to use this for otherwise, so we'll just use it right in here. All right, so we've got our feta in there. Feta is better. The zest and juice of a lemon, 1 lemon. Now, I've never used the zester, so I don't know. All right, so get all of the goodness of that lemon in, and I'm going to kind of put that in there. All right, and then the lemon or the juice of a lemon as well. Take my handed end and knife. Watch for seeds, because of seeds, of course, seeds are bad. And squeeze. Which, you know, I just said seeds are bad. Excuse me. All right, 1 lemon, or 1/2 lemon, and we do the other half. All right, the zest. And then, last but not least, half a teaspoon of paprika. There. All right. And I am going to give my immersion blender another try just so that we can get that mixed in, all that beautifulness. probably killed my immersion blender, but it was worth it. So a third of this goes in, and then we mix it. And another third. And we mix it. It's more folding, but you know, it's a gentle kind of thing. All right, and then the last. Now the intent is to mix everything together and try not to deflate it. I don't know what that was. Oh, look at that. So we'll mix it up. Interesting flavor. And we will be using, where is my cups. Oh, no. Oh, here it is. And we will be using the half cup, or the third cup, to put these guys in. Now, they want us to evenly distribute, so it'll be as evenly as possible in my funky little world. All right. Now we will work on continuing to fill up these guys. And we'll get this little guy, the scraper, and this needs to be filled just a little bit more, so we'll use that to scrape this one down. There. Much of that in there as we can. All right, and I sprinkled just a little bit of paprika on top to give it a little extra flavor, a little extra color, and then we are going to open the oven and slide these guys in. And through the magic of television or video, you will be able to see this after it's done being cooked. And now we let it cook in an oven that is at 400 for 15 minutes. I put it in for a little extra just to give it a little boost to make sure it gets where it needs to go. I will spend the remainder of this time cleaning up my mess and waiting for that deliciousness to come out. So 15 minutes and we'll get to you in a little bit. This is how it turned out, and I'm trying to get it so I can show you. Turned out pretty cute. Let's see. It didn't rise. I'm assuming I didn't do the eggs right, but here we go. It's creamy. Must be the cream cheese. And it's got a really sweet, like, consistency to it, which is probably sugar. Probably. But, what is it? Devonarian? Let me see if I can pronounce this right. Devonian. There you go. The Devonian souffle. It's interesting. It's got kind of a strange flavor to it, but it tastes pretty good. Hey, boy, did you want to try this?
I guess. Sure.
And grab yourself a fork. pick what you want.
Oh,
It's a different flavor. It really is different. He's having a hard time. It's got a kick to it.
yeah.
It's got a little bit of a tart, and I'm trying to figure out where that tartness comes from.
Yeah. That kicks enough for me.
But it's an interesting dish. It tastes kind of cute. I've got 4 more of them, so I'm probably going to be eating them for a while. So have a good day, guys. Thank you. Hopefully you saw something, or you are maybe interested in giving it a try. I don't know. Have a good day, guys. We'll see you in the next video.